Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again to the fullback on the dive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. It's a first down and more for Gordon. A big 3rd down conversion with a Gain of 28.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
On the give, this is their fullback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey. Four down. Watch it now, Barney.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Flush, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brandon Graham with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend. Don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Wentz now to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Elliott good on the extra point. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Now, how about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case, they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offensive coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back 99, Philly, here we go. Gone, 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 gone. Over.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back 99, Philly, here we go. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
2nd down, Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense. You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield on play action. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
On third down, Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
5-2. Black. Shorty. Great.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now they'll run it on the toss. Room to run past midfield. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. Elliott good with a PAT. More from Cleveland after this. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Gone, 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 gone. Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Gone, 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 gone.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Throwing, Mayfield. He gets it left side to Johnson. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Check 45 tonight. Check 45 tonight. Gone, 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 gone. Showing it, showing it. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
Gone, 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 gone. Detroit, Detroit. Hot. Detroit, Detroit. Detroit, Detroit. Hot.
Mayfield now. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Eagles. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wentz. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Great 15. That's it. 74, 74. Black, come on.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Shorty. That's it. Let's 5-3.
Wentz going to throw. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Great 15, great 15. Go.
Wentz to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right. He hits his running back, Jay Ajayi. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Great 15.
On second down, here's Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 10 more there and another first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They come out here in the eye. They get it to him running left. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott from the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Watch it now, Barney.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. It fights him off. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down. The Browns on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. To throw, Mayfield. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Fletcher Cox Able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Hut!
Mayfield to throw it. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the
Let's
scoreboard.
go! Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hut!
3rd and long for Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Hicks able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed
that.
it.
Super toe.
Man 5-7.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Room past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 95 yards. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly,
skyrocketed.
right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second down, Mayfield again. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's
Detroit!
1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
And again, it's Mayfield. Now he'll escape to his right. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
On the ball. Bring it to me.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
To throw is Wentz. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now Wentz drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Throwing is Wentz. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Forced out to his left. This complete left side to Aguilar. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Throwing on first is Wentz. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to bury him for a loss of 11. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down.
Black.
Shotgun now for Wentz. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Run.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Letting one go deep for the end. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing, Mayfield. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it is incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Great 15. Great 15.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 1st down for Philly. Wentz on target to Hollins. Wentz now on 1st down. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Now it's Ajayi. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Sunday. There we go, back. 120.
They get it to him running left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and